Alright traders, welcome back to another video. So in this video we're going to talk about RSI and the little secret that I use that instantly improved my entry timing, and I'm going to teach it to you right now absolutely for free. You won't see this pretty much anywhere else on the internet, mostly because people don't really know about it. And if you say that RSI doesn't work because it's a lagging indicator and it's not working for you at the current moment, I'm going to tell you right now, just do this little trick and it'll change your trading dramatically. So if that sounds good to you, all I ask is that you like and subscribe. And if you're not already in the free Discord, the link is in the description down below. You can go ahead and join that, and I'll see you there. Okay, so let's go over how you're currently using RSI, or how you've been taught to use RSI. So RSI stands for Relative Strength Index, and it applies to pretty much anything with a chart. Even though we're on Forex today, it does apply over to stocks as well. And everything I'm going to teach you in here also applies to pretty much any other asset class, stocks, Forex, futures, any of it. So first off, you're taught that you have two levels on the RSI, the 70 level and the 30 level, and those are represented by the dotted lines you see right there. And you're taught that if RSI goes above 70, then it's overbought and is likely to come down, and if it goes below 30, then it's oversold and it's likely to come up. Well, one little secret that we're going to get into is that there's actually three levels. There's a secret hidden level that nobody ever talks about. But for right now, let's stick with just the traditional, regular, plain old RSI and the way that it's taught currently. So above 70 is overbought and you should sell, and above or below 30 is oversold and you should buy. So just to show you what this looks like, okay, we're going to just theoretically, let's say we're just trading on RSI, which I don't recommend you do. Don't ever just trade on RSI. RSI should be used as a tool to improve your entry timing. So it's a confirmation indicator. Don't trade just off RSI. But let's say that we were to do exactly what we're taught, which is sell above 70 and buy below 30 on the RSI. So RSI is coming up above 70 right here. Let's say we sell. Okay, so we're going to sell right here. Well, look what happens. Price just blows right through everything, and we get stuck in a pretty huge drawdown. Okay, and it doesn't even stop all the way until up here. So that's our first entry using RSI. And then our second entry, let's see here. Okay, we go oversold down in here at the 30 level, right? Or yeah, oversold. Okay, so if we're oversold, we're going to buy as soon as it goes below 30, and that's our entry point there. A little bit better timing this time, but still we get some moves to the downside, and we do, you know, our timing is not the greatest. We do get some drawdown there as well. Okay, so let's continue on, and again we buy whenever it goes below 30. Okay, so that's going to be right in here. And that is right there. Okay, so we have bought, actually it would be a little bit earlier, right around here. Okay, we buy, and guess what happens? Boom, we get a continuation all the way down, and we get stuck with a big loser. So I think I missed one right here. Let's see right here. Okay, so we would buy right in here. RSI is oversold right there, and also oversold right in here. Okay, so these are a little bit better. You do get a little bit of a bounce there. Ultimately, it continues down, and then here you could have gotten a decent trade out of that. So RSI sometimes works, right? But the trick I'm going to teach you is going to make RSI work a lot better, a lot more of the time. Okay, so the current way that you're taught to trade RSI right now is pretty much a recipe for disaster, because you're always going to be buying and selling pretty much blindly without any sort of confirmation, and RSI can do whatever it wants. It can keep going up forever and keep going down forever, and you'll get stuck in big moves like this on the wrong side. Okay, so what is the big secret to RSI? Well, I'm gonna whisper because it's really a big secret, so don't tell anyone. But the secret to RSI is a very simple trick. Okay, now let's get rid of all this and let's go over how I use RSI. Okay, so we're still on the US dollar Japanese yen 1 hour chart here, and we're just on another segment. Okay, so now let's do exactly what we just did. Let's say we were just trading RSI alone, and we were buying and selling as soon as it went overbought or oversold. Okay, so our first entry is going to be right in here. That's the first time RSI goes oversold, right in there. Okay, and our second entry is going to be up here because RSI goes above. Let me actually circle it out for you guys just so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, RSI is going above and below those extremes. Okay, so that's our second entry. That would be a sell. Okay, not bad right there. Okay, next level would be down here. We would be buying right in here because RSI went over sold right here. Next level would be over here. Pretty good timing on that one. Next one would be down here. Buying because RSI went over bought. Okay, so boom, or oversold, sorry, and boom. Okay, so we have our RSI going from overbought and oversold. Now we're gonna calculate the drawdown. So buying right in here, our total drawdown, or the amount we went negative for, was 25 pips. The amount negative we went right here is 17 pips. Right here is 35 pips. Right here was 3 pips, 4 pips. Right here was 22 pips. So let's get out our calculator. Okay, and now, okay, you can't see it on the screen, but I have my calculator right here. So that is 25 plus 17 plus 35 plus 4 plus 22. And that gives us a total drawdown of 103 pips. Now let's implement the super secret method that I use to improve my timing using RSI. And then we'll go back and calculate the total drawdown after that. So the big secret is to wait for RSI to come back out from the extreme level. What does this do? It prevents you from getting caught in those big moves where RSI just keeps going overbought and keeps going oversold forever. Instead, you wait for it to come back up or back below from being overbought or oversold. And this is a big game changer for when you're using RSI. So let's do the exact same thing that we did previously, but now using this new method. So RSI goes oversold right here. We're going to wait for it to come back out above 30. So we're going to wait for it to stop being oversold, basically. And that's going to give us an entry point right around here. And that's without even, that's not even with waiting for a pullback. That's not doing anything. That's just entering as soon as we get out of that RSI or close. Okay, the candle is closing and RSI is now above that 30 level. Okay, so RSI is above that 30 level. We're buying right in here, right? Because it's oversold. We're expecting it to move up. So that's our first entry. Second entry, we're going to wait for RSI. Let me actually circle it again so you guys can get this, get what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's when we're buying on RSI. We're going to buy RSI here, or sell RSI here, because it's coming back below that 70 level. Okay, so it's coming back below the extreme. It's no longer overbought. So that is when we want to enter. That's going to be, I believe, this candle right here. So that's where we're selling we're selling the US dollar Japanese yen just based off of RSI using this technique. Okay, now we're going to wait for, again, our next level is going to be down here, but we're going to wait for RSI to come back out. All right, so our entry will be right around here. Sorry if it's getting repetitive, but it is worth it, trust me. All right. Again, right in here. All right, we're going to sell once it comes back below. So that's going to be right around here. And then our next entry point is going to be down here. Wait for RSI to come back above that 30 level or back out of the extreme. And that gives us an entry point of right around here. So now, just using this technique, let's recalculate how much drawdown we had, or how much pain we had to go through, having a losing position. Okay, so let's take out our measuring tool and just measure how much drawdown we would have had. So if we were to buy right there, okay, it went as low as 22 pips in drawdown before reversing and giving us a profit. Okay, right in here, it's going to be just about the same as just selling right as it went overbought, oversold, buying, selling. I get these confused. All right, so give me a break here. Next, we got our other entry down here. Okay, our total drawdown there was very little, pretty much just spiked as soon as we started buying, right? Drawdown up here is going to be very little as well. That's how much pain we went through after entering, right? we're only calculating the drawdown after we entered, and then our drawdown right in here is going to be about 7 pips. So now let's take out our calculator. Remember, with using the traditional method of RSI, we had 103 pips of drawdown. So we were negative a total of 103 pips. If we were to take all of those trades, at one point we were down an average, not an average. In total, with those 4 or 5 trades that we took using traditional RSI, we were down 103 pips, okay? Before making a profit, okay? So remember, this is to time your entry, not necessarily make you more money, but technically timing your entry does make you more money because the less drawdown you go through, the easier it is to hold your position, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so that was 103, traditional method, 103 pips drawdown. Now let's calculate the new drawdown just using this simple trick. Okay, so that's going to be 22 plus 20 plus 2 plus 2 plus around 8. And now our total drawdown is 54 pips. So what does this tell us? It tells us that waiting for RSI to come back out of the extreme improves your timing and cuts your drawdown, in this case, in half. So you had to go through half the pain if you were to just start buying and selling as soon as it went overbought and oversold. And this doesn't even account for a scenario where RSI just continues to go overbought, oversold, forever, right? Like we saw in the past example, we saw a price spike up forever, and getting caught in one of those, that's just going to destroy you. So let's actually go into one of my trades that I have open right now that I used RSI to help me out, and you're going to see exactly how useful this can actually be. All right, so here we are on the Swiss yen 1 hour chart, and ignore this pattern here. If you don't know, I'm a pattern trader. I focus on patterns. If you want to learn more about that, you can join the Discord, link in the description down below once again. Okay, but here we are on a live trade right here, right in front of you. So what do we see here? Okay, so first of all, we have my pattern. Okay, this is what I trade. This is what's telling me to go short. But we also have RSI right here. And what do we see? We see RSI go up. Okay, again, let's do the traditional method. Let's say we were to sell right here. Okay, let's say we sold right there as RSI was going overbought. All right, well, we would go through a little bit of a drawdown, right? But what did I do? Okay, well, I used my little trick, waiting for RSI to come back below from being overbought right here. And then I look to enter on a pullback, okay, get a little bit of a better price, and now my drawdown was smaller. Okay, that's 20 pip drawdown. If we were to sell right here, this would be 33 pip drawdown. So again, cutting that drawdown pretty dramatically, or the amount of pain you have to go through is what I like to say. All right, now I'm going to show you the secret trick, or another secret trick. So if you stayed, congratulations, because now you get to learn another secret trick, and that is the third level on RSI. So there's a 70 and the 30, but nobody ever talks about the third level, which is going to be the halfway point, or the 50 level. So I'm actually looking to get out of this position right now, but why am I looking to get out of this position? A couple things, okay? I mean, it's not all based off RSI. We have an uptrend here, right? We have higher highs, higher lows, but one major trick is using this 50 level, which I marked out here for you. Using this 50 level, okay, I'm not going to get it perfect. 49, let's get it to 50 at least. 50, okay? Using this 50 level, if RSI is above the 50 level, it's in an uptrend, okay? So notice here, whenever we're moving up, RSI is above the 50 line. So you can actually use RSI to determine the trend as well, which nobody ever talks about. If RSI is above 50, you're in an uptrend, you should probably look to buy. If RSI is below 50, it's the opposite. You should probably look to sell. We're in a downtrend. So let's look at when RSI was below 50. Okay, all this time RSI was below 50, right in here. Okay, and let's see what price did within this time frame. Ultimately, it moved lower, right? So that's a major trick. Now, another major trick is that if you're in an uptrend, okay, and this is where it gets a little crazy. If you're in an uptrend and RSI is above 50, but it's coming down and it's testing that 50 level, well, the 50 level can actually act as a level of support, because you know that the 50 level is where RSI is likely to, it has to stay above that 50 level if it wants to continue its uptrend. So in this trade right here, why am I looking to get out of it? Well, it's because on the 4-hour chart, when we look at the RSI, we see that RSI is bouncing at this 50 level, which tells us what? It tells us that the uptrend is likely to continue because we tried to get below that 50 RSI line to make it a downtrend. If we get below it, we make it a downtrend, right? Okay, we tried to get below that, but now what do we see? We see that we're bouncing at that 50 line, and if we're bouncing at that 50 line on RSI, it means that we're likely to continue that uptrend. Okay, so if I'm short, which I am short right here, if I'm short and I see that RSI is bouncing at the 50 and we're in a pretty serious uptrend, okay, what do I want to do? I probably want to get out of my short position because it's likely to come back all the way back up and try to make a higher high because, again, it's in an uptrend for the most part. Okay, so this position, I'm probably going to close it out right now. I might as well do it in front of you guys, so let's just close that out. Okay, and there you go. So that will wrap up this video. This is the secrets to using the RSI indicator. So if this video blew your mind, hopefully it did, because this is one of the the best things that I learned in my trading. All I ask is for you to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and also join our Discord, link in the description down below. So again, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below on what you're watching for this week, and I'll see you in the next one.